Welcome to another episode of Bait It Podcast. I'm your host, Keemstar, and I'm here with Andy Milanakis.
Always Coca-Cola.
And we're also here with Anything for Views, a.k.a. Chad.
How y'all doing?
Or the Rad Chad, or Cool Guy Chad, or Tommy Should Have Died in the Army Chad.
Oh.
Okay, so listen, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We are definitely going to be talking about the RiceGum situation because, oh my God, do I have some opinions on that. But first, we got to talk about a company that you're probably all familiar with, known as YouTube.com being put to rest. And by put to rest, I mean like it's got stage 5 and it's going down quick.
Fucking YouTube, man.
Where do we start? Where do we fucking start?
Oh, God. Okay, listen, all right? I'm going to tell you guys all right now a quick summary of what is happening, and then, we'll get some opinions in here, but then I'll explain to you why it's fucking happening, all right? But anyhow, just so you know, a bunch of companies have pulled their ads, okay, from YouTube. And we're not talking about little companies. We're talking about the biggest companies. We're talking about Pepsi, GM, McDonald's, like M&M's, like fucking just think of something that you know as a big company, and they're not with us anymore. They have all decided to boycott. And their reasoning for pulling ads from YouTube is because apparently their ads were being played against hateful speech or extremist videos.
KKK channels directed at hate speech, and in general just racist videos, racist groups.
How's that for an algorithm? That's so retarded though. What, like, how do they not know how to fix this? It just seems so
like
stupid
YouTube?
When TV's dying and it's the age of YouTube and Netflix, and the biggest companies in the game see that money and they see the progression. How do they not work on fixing it instead of just being like, oh, you're not getting our money anymore? That just seems really backwards to me.
Well, I guess everyone could just say, it's YouTube's fault, right?
It's not really, YouTube's fault at the end of the day. It's other media that are manipulating these companies into thinking that YouTube is promoting this. And there is absolutely a way around it, and there are plenty of ways to do it. But I just feel like companies like YouTube and Coke and all these other big advertisement companies are run by, I don't know how to put it into text, but like old people that don't understand, they don't get it. They're not hip and cool. Does that make sense?
Well, I was looking all over for this original video that triggered all of this, all right? And all I could find is in an article, they linked a video known as the Jew World Order. Instead of New World Order, it said Jew World Order. And it was like a fucking hour video about some conspiracy theories that Jews are taking over the world or whatever the case may be is, right? And apparently there was like some YouTube ads with like GM Motors playing on this goddamn video. So what happened is the Wall Street Journal decided to contact GM, contact these other companies and say, hey, why are your ads being placed here? The same people that went after PewDiePie are the reason why all these companies are leaving. And I can't stress this enough, right? You might think like, oh, this is not that big of an issue. Trust me, this is going to completely kill the small YouTuber. It already has, because us YouTubers as a whole are making 60% less money.
Not as a
60%.
whole. Not as a whole. Some channels have barely been affected by this because they cater to family-friendly content. And what ads are left to distribute out throughout YouTube, what they've got left, so the trickle-down ads, like you said, you saw a Sprite ad earlier or whatnot, and what ads, because they're very limited on ads, they're giving them to their family-friendly channels. They're not giving them out to the smaller creators or the channels that have been flagged for inappropriate content.
Wait, even the so-called big brands that pulled are still doing ads on YouTube?
Well, I'm assuming there's I'm assuming there's trickle down ads, so ads that they've paid for. Or I don't know, maybe it's a problem on YouTube's end and they just haven't pulled all the ads yet. But
Chad, you're wrong.
No,
you're
because
wrong.
I went to
Dude,
all these channels and I was having ads. And then when I went to people like H3, iDubbbz, and stuff like that, there were no ads playing on them, no matter how many times I refreshed them.
Well, that's a huge problem, and we're going to get into that. But also, there hasn't been ads on the family-friendly stuff either. That stuff has been fucking disappearing as well. Like, you have to click on a family-friendly video 6 times before you get a goddamn ad.
I had a completely different outcome when I was looking. I had ads almost each time for them.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, are they basically doing this to make a point to YouTube and like basically like, oh, YouTube is gonna have to suck some dick now and make a big change?
No,
and then in a couple
doing
months, all these big companies are gonna come back.
They're doing this because the Wall Street Journal is literally manipulating all these companies into thinking, hey, if you have ads on YouTube, it could be placed next to like KKK. You know, it could be placed next to the most racist stuff ever, and this could really hurt your brand.
Yeah, but you're talking about like billions of dollars. You think they're gonna listen to one publication?
They have.
They not only that. The reason why these companies are listening to the Wall Street Journal is because YouTube themselves made the biggest mistake of their life when they dropped PewDiePie. The minute freaking YouTube showed themselves to be weak and pulled PewDiePie off of YouTube Red, pulled his series, the minute they did that, YouTube sent out a message of confirmation that they are messing up. They showed that they were wrong by having PewDiePie in the first place, and now these companies don't have faith in YouTube because of it. YouTube made the biggest mistake by dropping PewDiePie because there was no anger. There was no boycott YouTube. There was no boycott PewDiePie. This didn't exist. There wasn't thousands and thousands of people ready to tear down PewDiePie and tear down YouTube.
Well, that's an argument that's an argument that YouTube could have made. They could have been like, "Yo, look, Coca-Cola,
but they didn't.
We love Jews. Look what we did to PewDiePie. We love."
They didn't.
That's the problem. There's no one reaching out from YouTube to handle the situation. You go on their Twitter account and they're still tweeting out music videos going, hey, watch this how-to tutorial on how to make your own fucking light bulb.
I said that last time. They just give robotic fucking responses. They give robotic statements, and there's no fucking face. That bitch who owns it doesn't come on saying like,
you can't blame the companies for pulling out either because they're all following each other. One of the companies gone, oh shit, Mac has pulled out, and they go, what the fuck did Macca's pull out for? Oh, apparently they're advertising on like racist videos, and they're like, well, fuck that. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want that to look bad for my company. We're leaving too. All these companies have followed after each other. It started a chain reaction, which has caused every single other person to pull out of the deal with YouTube.
And the Wall Street Journal isn't going to stop. They're going to keep on going after company after company to try to defund us. You want to know why? Because us YouTubers, we stuck up, we defended PewDiePie, and we called out the Wall Street Journal for being hypocrites. Because one of those people over there, one of the reporters on the PewDiePie story, he was making, racist jokes about Jewish people himself on Twitter. So they decided, okay, you guys want to fight? Now we're going to take down everything. And look, none of this would have happened.
Dude, there's more to it than that.
There is more to it than that, I'm sure.
When you're talking about billions of dollars of ads and billions of dollars worth of like companies pulling out something, this is a huge, huge move. This is more than like, oh, the Wall Street Journal's chirping in our ear and we're gonna fucking, we're gonna make $1 billion move right now. Like, I feel like there's way more to it than that.
I honestly don't understand.
There might be, but listen, Wall Street Journal is behind both of these scenarios with PewDiePie and with, these recent companies. They are the ones that triggered this. They are the ones that reached out to these companies, said, hey, how come your ads are being played against this racist stuff, this anti-Semitic stuff? In both scenarios, and they were effective both times. And the reason why they were effective is because YouTube bowed to them. Listen, if YouTube would have kept PewDiePie and said no, all right, that would be it. The Wall Street Journal would be shut down because nobody is on the Wall Street side as far as the viewers, as far as the public, as far as the fans. Nobody's on Wall Street Journal's side. But because YouTube themselves admitted that they did something wrong by removing PewDiePie, they admit that they made the mistake. They sent a strong message to all of these goddamn companies that they are not in control of their own goddamn platform. And the minute they did that, the minute YouTube made the decision, they fucked every single one of us, because now the Wall Street Journal is going to every single company and doing the same tactic, and it's working over and over and over again. The small goddamn YouTuber that is living on $1,500 a month, his income has now dropped down to $500 a month. How can he pay rent? How can he pay his heating bill? How can he pay his water? How can he pay his internet bill? How can he pay his goddamn rent? He can't. He's going to get evicted, all because of some fucking journalist over at the Wall Street Journal is trying to play fucking God. They have an agenda. No one in the public is in outrage.
What can we do as a community to fucking stop this, though? That's the thing.
We had a plan. Me and Scarce had a plan, because we heard that Pepsi left. All right, it was in articles everywhere. I seen it everywhere that Pepsi left. So I came up with a plan. I was like, listen, what we should do is we should thank Coke for supporting YouTube and having ads on YouTube. So me and Scarce came together, and I don't like Scarce, and Scarce doesn't like me, but this issue is much bigger than us. And quite frankly, me and Scarce, we're going to be fine. We're big YouTubers. We made shit tons of money. We're not going to fucking go homeless. We did this to help the smaller YouTuber, all right?
You and Scarce are kind of like the Coke and Pepsi of YouTube.
Exactly. So we come together, and we had a mission. Like, let's all say thank you, Coke, right? So we told everyone use hashtag thank you Coke for supporting YouTubers. It was fucking trending in a matter of 10 minutes on Twitter. Everyone was talking about it. All the YouTubers were talking about it. YouTubers were taking pictures of them with a Coca-Cola and sending it at Coca-Cola saying thank you. And then we found a fucking article that I missed that apparently Coca-Cola themselves pulled out of YouTube ads last Friday. And I've never been so goddamn embarrassed in my life. How could I
have you removed the video yet?
No, we didn't remove the video yet, because there's going to be an update to it, and I'll get to that.
It was like you were on your knees ready to put a Coca-Cola dick in your mouth, and they pulled the dick away from your mouth.
How I fucked this up is earlier that day, like probably about 18 hours before we made the video, I was on, how I even came up with this idea is I was on YouTube, and I got an ad on YouTube for Sprite. And for those of you that don't know, Sprite is owned by Coca-Cola. So I only assumed that they were still placing ads on YouTube. Well, apparently they left, and they must have already purchased ads, and those ads still had to be played, and that's why I was getting that ad. So anyhow, we had a great plan. It was all working, but we fucked up because Coca-Cola already left.
I think what really happened is RiceGum slapped the CEO of Coca-Cola in the face and broke their phone, and then they pulled out all the ads.
Well, let's talk about that later. Fucking hell.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into the RiceGum shit, but guys, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, normally I have advice for smaller YouTubers, but like, look, man, if it's affecting us right now to the point where we're making like 60% less money, right? You might be making even less. Like, if more and more companies pull out, it could be so goddamn bad to the point where like you're not making any money.
Check out twitch.tv and let me know if you need help signing up for an account.
See, that's what YouTube needs as well. A partnerships program similar to what Twitch has, where they approve people for monetization. They're not just letting random fucking people monetize their videos.
That's what they used to do.
And why don't they do that anymore? If they had something like that in place, this wouldn't happen. People that are making racist conspiracy theory videos wouldn't be getting paid for it.
You want to know why? Because they're greedy, and the more that they have to approve, the more work they have to put in, the less people actually put ads, and all the little, like, bottom feeders, and not bottom feeders, all the, like, little accounts that might make, $100 a month, that adds up times fucking 1 million users, you know?
Yeah,
but I think, look what's happened because of it.
Yeah.
But what I think is that we are all missing a very, very important point. And that is this, all right? If Coca-Cola has an ad on YouTube, and that ad is being played next to a stupid racist conspiracy video, right? And this has been going on for fucking over a year, where is the outrage? Where are the people out there saying, fuck Coca-Cola, I'm boycotting Coca-Cola because your ad was being placed against this racist video? That doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So these companies
It does. There's
companies
been heaps of situations where people have wanted to bring down videos like this, and one prime example of that was when there was monetized porn on YouTube. Have they even taken care of that yet?
Yeah, but they're not mad at the advertisers. They're mad at the video, and they want YouTube to take down the video.
Yeah, and YouTube hasn't been taking it down. That's what I'm saying. YouTube has never taken action until it's been too late.
I don't think advertisers actually have a reason to pull their ads. I don't think they have a reason to be worried that their brands are going to be attacked because they're against some edgy content on YouTube, because there hasn't been, as far as I know, an outrage to go after any fucking company that's placing an ad on a goddamn video.
I don't think that any of these companies are very outraged either, but it's them following in one another's step. They're like, oh shit, Coca-Cola pulled that.
No, it's them. No, you don't get it. It's them being manipulated by the goddamn Wall Street Journal.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, that is the outcome. But what I'm saying is that it's not these
people over at the Wall Street. It's a few people over at the Wall Street Journal playing fucking God. And fucking literally destroying the lives of content creators.
But you're being so close-minded, Keem. Like I said, and you agreed before. There's much more. When you think about huge companies and you think about billions of dollars, you think just Wall Street Journal's agenda is controlling their decisions. I just think there's way more to the story. Yeah, I mean,
there might be,
but
I can't just make a bunch of conspiracies, Andy. I got to go with what I know, and what I do know is that the Wall Street Journal has.
This is the thing, Keem.
Okay,
this is the thing. Just because that's you're smelling something, you're on the right track, doesn't mean that you have to take that idea and pass that off as like this is what's happening. There are so many guesses, there are so many maybes to this situation, and when you ride and rally for one idea so hard, it makes you sound like you're passing off an opinion as a fact when there are so many maybes.
Okay, well, give me okay, because the only thing factually that I know, all right, and the reason why I'm passing this off as a fact that the Wall Street Journal triggered this is because that is the only evidence of how this all started, because they're the ones that were reached out to these companies. Like, that's proven. They're the ones that came out with these goddamn reports saying, after we talked to Pepsi, after we talked to this company, they decide to pull their ads. Like, that's proven. All right. So that is factual. That's a factual event that actually happened and took place. All right. As far as other theories, I don't have any facts to support that.
Yeah, but you got to understand something. When you have these huge companies making decisions, you think they're in a boardroom with like 50 people being like, yeah, this Wall Street Journal opened our eyes. If we keep putting ads on YouTube, it's going to be in front of all this hate speech, and we have to make a change right now. Let's pull it. Let's pull the plug on the internet. Go back to TV. Forget the internet completely. The Wall Street Journal has clearly stated the facts, and this is, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems way too short-sighted and closed-minded to think that it's just that one thing. You don't think Coca-Cola has seen that firsthand and seen like, oh, okay, the YouTube content, it's really risque and could really damage our company, and we have one of the biggest companies in the world. So let's make a decision to say, look, this is not safe waters anymore. Until it feels safe for us to dive back in and be greeted with, brand-friendly content, let's pull our dicks out of this fucking water. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's the agenda of one fucking newspaper.
I do think it is the agenda of one newspaper, and this is why, all right? It's because they didn't pull their Coca-Cola didn't pull their ads until Wall Street Journal hit them up. They just didn't pull their ads. You want to know why? Because younger people who drink Coca-Cola and Coke products and stuff like that, not that older people don't, not that older people don't, but younger people that do drink soda and stuff, you can't reach them by TV. You can't place a fucking ad on CNN and reach fucking 16-year-olds because they don't watch CNN. All right? The only place you can reach a younger demographic of people is on YouTube. That's the only place. So, in order for them to reach those people, they got to be on fucking YouTube. They got to run their ads on YouTube. And they had no reason to pull it because that's where that audience is, right? No reason to pull it. The only reason they have to pull it is Mr. Journalist, Wall Street Journal, that could start a lot of fucking problems for Coca-Cola if they don't pull their ads, came over and scared them.
I'm not saying you're 100% wrong. I'm just saying there might be 20 other variables, and at least acknowledge that there might be 20 other variables.
There could be a much bigger plan. It could be a situation where a bunch of very, very powerful people, got in a boardroom like Illuminati style and was like, YouTube's trying to make YouTube TV. They're trying to like shut down these big networks and take over TV. I got an idea. Let's bring them down a peg and then buy into Google cheap and murder their stock. There could be a million different conspiracies.
That's diving really deep.
But I can only talk about what I know. And what I know is that the Wall Street Journal has triggered this like they triggered the PewDiePie thing.
Yeah, okay, well, that's one thing on a you're a carnival and you put a quarter down on a number on a wheel and you have some insight on why it's going to land on 24, but acknowledge that there are 23 other numbers that the wheel could possibly land on.
All right, give me one of the give me one of the other 23 then, Andy.
I'm not saying I know that. I'm just saying like this is about philosophy. This is not about this specific incident. This is about a lot of things are maybe, and when we have a discussion, as long as we can admit that there are a lot of maybes, unless I'm absolutely sure of this, then I don't have a problem with it. Just because, like, it's just so hard, and I know you have to kind of stand.
Andy,
what?
Andy, my problem with this is like, okay, maybe you're an alien, all right? Like,
Well,
I know that you're a human, right? Because I met you in real life. But there's
really know
always, I mean, there's different or 23 different categories of animal you could be or species you could be, right?
Oh my god,
Like,
this
there
is
just
going,
is.
This
Like,
is going way too fucking deep. Can we?
But it's the same
we
thing.
get it.
The only
We get
thing
it.
I know, know is that you're probably a human, and that the only thing I know is that probably the Wall Street Journal fucking did this because they fucking said they did it.
But Keem, all I'm saying is that just because you have some evidence and you might feel like you're on the right trail, don't put all your eggs in one basket because it makes you seem closed-minded. You could definitely rally for that idea as like a possibility, but you get so behind it,
Andy,
and you feel like you have to be so blunt to say that it's a fact just because that's the only evidence you have. And that's not really a great way to argue something because it makes you seem closed-minded and naive to the other possibilities. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god, my head hurts, Andy. What you just said and what you've been saying is probably the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I'm telling you how this has happened, and I'm telling you how it's happened based on all the information we know to date. If you have any other information that would make me think, oh, that's not really how it went down a different way, I would like to know right now. But the reason why I'm so confident in telling the story that Wall Street Journal triggered this is because the Wall Street Journal triggered it. That's what they did.
Okay, all right. If you're sure of that, then you can believe that. I'm gonna maybe I don't know enough about it, and I'll be in camp maybe.
I'm on the fence with the idea. I'm just sitting here waiting for it to unfold.
Okay. Let me just pull up some articles.
Fuck the articles.
Can
we come up with
word for word? Well, this is so frustrating. I'm telling you right now that the Wall Street Journal triggered this because they claimed that they fucking triggered it. They reached out to these goddamn companies, Andy, and they asked them, why are your ads being played against this Jew World Order video?
Guys.
And then the companies responded by saying, okay, well, we're going to suspend our ads. Like, that's factually happened. That's been reported on. That's out there for anyone to read. So what the fuck? How am I close-minded by saying this is what happened? That makes no sense.
Can you guys check out my Twitch account, twitch.tv/Andy Milonakis?
Instead of arguing about the situation,
Andy, I think you're being close-minded.
Instead of arguing about the situation,
by only
can we come up
promoting
with
your
solutions to that problem?
I just don't understand why Andy took me down this crazy rabbit hole with no other counterpoints.
Cause I don't know. This is because it wasn't about the point. It was about.
No one's listening.
It was about the. We're listening to you, but
I'm gay.
Keem, this was not about the specific incident. This was about how you argue and how you get behind your own thoughts. And I think there's a flaw in that because anytime you sniff and you're on the right track of something, you're like, okay, I'm on team this thought, and nothing can get you off that. It's like you're strapped to a rocket ship and you're fucking
That's not
convinced.
true. That is not true.
Okay.
That is not true.
Let's talk about RiceGum, I guess.
That's not true, because if you give me some evidence that makes what I'm saying incorrect, I have to change my opinion or I look like a complete fucking idiot.
But instead of having to be proven wrong, you don't have to be proven wrong if you're more on the thought of like, maybe this is what happened, instead of like being so gung-ho about one idea because you feel like you're on the right track of something. But anyway, that's more about philosophy and less about this idea.
maybe, okay, hypothetically speaking, maybe it didn't happen that way. Maybe YouTube and these big companies were at a party, right? And let's say these big companies were trying to, put YouTube on Snapchat, and and YouTube was like, "Nah, I don't feel like rap battling you right now." And then YouTube took the big companies' phones and fucking smashed them, right? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Well, that's good.
I just want to let people know that I'm open-minded. Very open-minded to all speculation. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.
Can I just summarize?
Maybe the fucking Easter Bunny said he wasn't going to give anybody Easter eggs or Easter baskets if they fucking didn't pull their ads. Maybe that's what happened.
I really like
Keem. Stop screaming like a fucking ape, Keem.
I'm fucking open-minded, Chad.
I'm enjoying it.
If you were open-minded, Keem, you wouldn't be investing all of it into this fucking one idea. When you invest everything into the one idea, it takes away from anyone else's ideas. That's what Andy's trying to say.
Okay, what's your idea? What's your idea?
Well,
what's your idea? What's your idea? Give me an idea.
I don't fucking know yet.
You don't have one.
It happened 24 hours ago.
You don't fucking have one.
We're
If you
still
have
waiting
a thought,
for
or if you have an
information.
opinion, share it right now. Share it.
When you find out your wife's pregnant, you don't start buying
Nothing.
boy clothes hoping it's going to be a
Nothing.
boy. You wait till you find out the gender before you start buying clothes.
If you have any other theory of why these companies has pulled YouTube, please let the audience know right now. But if you don't, then you need to shut the fuck up, because the only person with a goddamn theory or an idea of what happened
my theory,
here is me.
my theory doesn't include the Wall Street fucking Journal at all. I think it was one company got triggered by one video and was like, "Why the fuck are my advertisements playing on this video? We're out of here." And every other company looked at that company and was like, "Oh shit, if they're backing out, that means it's not a good safe zone. We're gonna fucking follow them." And they just all went with them together. No one wants to be that company that's a part of YouTube going, "Hey, yeah, my Coca-Cola ads are playing on racist videos. High five." No, everyone fucking backed out.
So Chad,
like Andy said, until the waters are safe to jump back in.
Okay, so Chad, what you're saying is the Wall Street Journal had no involvement in this. The Wall Street Journal didn't actually contact
I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is I don't.
Then our stories are exactly the same. Then our theories are exactly the same.
Well, I'm trying to say, don't invest all of it into the one idea, because it takes away from other people's theories,
oh my
man.
God! What? We have the same idea, Chad. We have the same. What are we? Am I the fucking? Oh my God! What am I in a call with fucking retards? Complete retards. Me and you have the same fucking opinions. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Let's come up with solutions. Maybe we do have the same idea. I'm kind of agreeing with both of you here. All right.
So how am I closed-minded?
I didn't say fucking closed-minded. Andy said it, bro. Andy said it.
I'm getting a tumor. I'm dying. 911 emergency.
All right. Solutions.
Reality.
Solutions. What are solutions to this situation?
There is no solution.
Got any of those?
If I was a company right now, and I was listening to Beta Podcast, I would never ever want to put an ad with the fucking retards on this goddamn show. Like what you both just displayed right now was the stupidest fucking thing ever.
No, it wasn't, because my argument really didn't have to do with the exact incident. It was more about philosophy of of being on your own dick and creating every single thing you're trying to make a point on is fact, and none of it is maybe, none of it is an opinion, none of it is like, well, maybe this is why it happened. And that's all I was saying.
That dragged out to a 30-minute argument. How fucking yeah.
And I even told you that I wasn't completely disagreeing with saying that the Wall Street Journal wasn't behind it. I didn't say they weren't behind it. So I wasn't even disagreeing with your initial statement.
Did we break him?
My brain hurts. Okay. So yeah, RiceGum. Yeah.
RiceGum?
So for those of you that,
all right.
For those of you that don't know, RiceGum went to another YouTuber's birthday party. There were a lot of YouTubers there. He was sitting on a couch. He was just chilling, minding his own business. and the Gabbie show, who had a feud with RiceGum in the past, noticed that RiceGum was there. She rushed to goddamn Snapchat. She pulled out her Snapchat and she said to her fans on the Snapchat, RiceGum's here. I'm going to challenge him to a freestyle rap and I'm going to destroy him. So she approaches RiceGum, with one snap and says, hey, do you want a freestyle? And RiceGum said, no, I don't. All right. So that's the end of the snap. Then she makes another snap sitting next to RiceGum on the couch and she says, what's wrong? Why don't you want to freestyle rap me? Because your ghostwriter isn't here? Because apparently a scandal came out where RiceGum doesn't write his own raps. He has a ghostwriter. RiceGum then again says, no. And you can tell RiceGum's being very annoyed. In the next Snapchat that we see from Gabbie, she claims that RiceGum hit her and smashed her phone.
I do the fucking same thing as a bitch was shoving a camera in my face.
Then RiceGum responded to this by saying, man, I was in a place with YouTubers. I thought it was a safe place. And this bitch comes up to me and keeps on putting her phone in my face. So I got angry and I grabbed her phone and I smashed it and left the party. All right. He goes, I never hit her. I never put hands on her. I just reached for the phone, grabbed her phone and smashed it. And he said, I also immediately got her PayPal, said sorry, and PayPal'd her $2,000 for the phone.
That's a bit much for a phone.
Well, 1,000 of those dollars was a mistake, and she sent it back.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think?
I think, okay, so she was definitely being over dramatic. She was definitely said the word hit multiple times, and I saw Rice's response with the video where she said, he did hit me, he hit me, and then she changed her story up to saying that, he gave her like an Indian burn. I think he probably was a little bit rough. He probably didn't just reach out and take her phone off like a fucking chair or something. He probably ripped it out of her hand, and in the process, he probably was a little bit rough, and he probably shouldn't have done that. But I don't know about saying he hit her. He probably did grab her arm and maybe twist it to get it, and maybe that's a little too violent to do to a fucking girl.
You gotta understand in situations like this, kind of like the Tana Mogu thing, where she was like, "Oh, he grabbed me, blah blah blah. He was clutched onto me." In those situations, you do seem to the people do overreact, over exaggerate what happened, and I feel like she has completely done that.
I think both of them fucked up. All right, but Gabbie fucked up more, and I'll explain why.
From that bitch. All she did was come in. He was chilling on the couch. He probably had a few drinks. He's probably off his tits high. And this bitch is shoving a camera in his face going, Snapchat, Snapchat, Snapchat. If I was in a situation like that, and I have been in situations like that, I would have fucking grabbed the phone and smashed it as well. You're at a party. You think you're safe. You're with a bunch of other content creators. You think for someone, especially a girl like her, you'd know that you don't like getting your phone shoved in your face and asking to do videos.
Yeah, but you're kind of welcoming that a little bit if your whole content is dissing people. And someone sees you in person, you gotta expect they might have words with you. They might put a camera to your face. They might say, "Hey, what the fuck did you do?"
But take Andy, when he's
Andy,
like,
we had a bunch of YouTubers at your apartment, right? We were all hanging out, right? You ask people if you're going to put them on camera. You don't just turn on your phone and blast that person on the internet without permission.
Example,
that's wrong. When I
recorded Jesse and I recorded a few other people at the party, I said up to them, I went up to them like, "Yo, you mind being in my vlog?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's okay." You always have to ask someone if it's okay before you do it, especially when you're in a safe, personal place with these people. And
I agree with that, but I'm just saying, and I'm saying that's kind of like the normal practices, right? But if you feel like someone, say someone made a video about you and said, "Yo, Chad's a fucking loser, washed up piece of shit, he's a fucking fag, like, blah, blah, blah," whatever they want to say about you, and then you see him in person, would you feel bad about, being like, "Oh, I'm going to put this guy on blast, this guy talks shit about me, I'm going to put a camera up to his face and be like, yeah, what now, bitch?" And that's what Gabbie did, and so, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying she's a massive cunt?
No,
instead of being an adult and a human being going up to them and going, "Hey, do you want to talk about it?" Hey, and she's like, "Fuck no, I'm getting my camera. I'm putting this cunt." You're a fucking bitch. The hell?
You know what? Andy kind of has a point.
Camera. I know Andy has a point, but fucking be an adult about the situation. You can't give her praise for acting like a child with a camera.
be an adult about a situation when the situation is fucking middle school name calling and really dissing someone's character and their appearance and all that shit. And like, look, I'm not saying that she's 100% innocent in this situation. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna talk shit to people for a living and they come up to you and confront you and put you on camera, you can't really cry about that.
All right,
maybe it's not completely right.
Let's chuck Keem into the center of this. Keem put fucking Lance Stewart on blast, and those guys were fine in person. It stemming from
but I asked his permission. I said, Lance, can we take a selfie?
Yeah, exactly. When you stem from online banter, when like a lot of the fucking like content on the internet revolves around drama and fucking banter between each other, and then you bring it into the real life, like you can't act like that in front of people. Like I gave Sky Williams so much shit on Twitter. I've given so many people shit on Twitter, and then when I met them in real life, I was like, hey man, no hard feelings, and you know, we spoke like adults.
It doesn't seem that crazy that if I went on the internet and was like, this person sucks, they're a piece of shit, they suck at life, this is why they're horrible, this is why their content sucks. If I met them at VidCon or something and they put a camera to my face, they're like, oh, what did you say about me? Would I be shocked about that? Hell fucking no. I just talk shit about them. You know?
Here's my opinion. I'm going to give my opinion like I'm actually talking to Gabbie and RiceGum. So I'm going to pretend like Gabbie and RiceGum are both listening. And RiceGum probably will be listening, but I don't know about Gabbie. I don't even know if she knows about Beta. But this is what I got to say to both of you, all right? Both of you were in the wrong. Gabbie, you were wrong to go up to RiceGum and go during his safe place at a YouTuber party and shove a phone in his face. You were wrong to do that. You shouldn't have done that. RiceGum was wrong to react the way he did, grab your phone and smash it. He was wrong, and he's admitted that he's wrong.
I just fucking agree. I praise RiceGum for smashing that phone.
Can I finish my thought?
Yes.
Not only is RiceGum wrong for doing that, he's admitted that he's wrong, and not only has he admitted that he's wrong and apologized to you, he's also tried to fix the problem by sending you $2,000. However, Gabbie, you have not apologized for what you were wrong with at all, and you have not tried to fix the problem. You've tried to make the problem even bigger. All right. 1, you didn't apologize for shoving a camera in his face. 2, you made up a lie that he hit you. You said on your Snapchats and in the YouTube video that you uploaded to your own YouTube channel, which you then deleted, that he hit you. You used that phrase multiple times, saying that he hit you. And then you backpedaled and then tried to re-describe it as, oh, you were wrestling for the phone. You owe him an apology. There are millions of people out there that think that RiceGum hit you because of your lies. You have not tried to fix that situation.
That is wrong.
You have not
I
apologized,
agree with
Gabbie.
that part.
And to be honest, I have to take RiceGum's side. You're both wrong, but at least he admitted that he was wrong, apologized, and tried to fix it, and you have not. You've only tried to make this drama bigger, Gabbie, with a lie.
Hold on, let me say one thing real quick. I'm just saying, the reason why I agree with that also is because this is not something to be taken lightly. When you put it out there in the world that someone hit a girl, that a guy fucking hit a girl, that's a big fucking statement. It could be like a career-ending statement. It could make tons of people look at you differently. So when you say that, you can't take that lightly. Even if you might be over-exaggerating, that can really fuck somebody up. So I think that was really wrong of her.
This isn't an opinion that Gabbie lied. Gabbie herself has been trying to change the story to, well, he didn't really hit me, he wrestled. But not only that, there were people at the party that made a Twitter video that was like, I saw the whole thing. Like, RiceGum didn't hit her. Like, she owes him an apology.
She's backtracking out of her own fucking lies. Like
she's
saying,
backtracking, and she fucking said so many times, RiceGum hit me. You literally used that phrase. You owe him an apology, Gabbie.
And as well as that, doesn't Gabbie have a bigger audience against RiceGum, which makes it even worse when she's lying to her followers, and her followers will blindly listen to her as well.
No, I think they both get the same amount of views.
People are calling RiceGum a wife beater or a female beater, right? And a woman beater. And it's just, he didn't. He fucking went for the phone, smashed it, and left.
I mean, I might sound like a massive cunt for saying this, but I'd give RiceGum props for smashing that fucking phone.
You know what? I was at a fan meetup in Kansas City. I was outside smoking a cigarette in the middle of the fan meetup. This fucking fan comes out of the building, goes over to the little VIP section that we're in and fucking tries to put some poster saying "fuck you, Keem" or whatever the hell it was in my face and tries to record it as I'm like there just with me and Blade smoking it. I fucking grabbed that goddamn poster, ripped it in half in front of him. He tried to put the camera in my face. I fucking threw his fucking bat at his phone to the ground.
I apologize about that, Keem. I'm still sorry.
And I grabbed that kid and I pushed him through like the little window patio thing, right? And luckily a police officer came in and fucking stopped me. Otherwise, I was gonna beat his ass. Like
I'm sure we've all had situations where like fans have come up and done dumb shit like that. I've had similar encounters with people trying to pull down my pants. Don't
like
tattoos.
But like that's harassment.
Yeah,
that's like it's not like, oh, I'm in a public place, I can record you. No, it's when you're doing that, when you put a phone fucking 5 inches from my face and you're trying to like embarrass me or make a mockery of me or whatever the fucking case is, I'm hitting you. I'm putting hands on you. I don't give a fuck. Like,
it's the exact same reason I said, fuck yeah, should have smashed that fucking phone. I would have done the exact same thing.
Unless it's Gabbie.
But
because
props to RiceGum for manning up and doing the most adult thing I've ever seen him do online and go, sorry for smashing your phone. Here, I'm gonna pay for it. And then while he says that, the exact same time, she's going, oh, he put hands on me. He hit me. He's a girl beater. Sorry. Fuck.
By the way, him paying for it, even though I do think it was very wrong of her to use the word hit, that's just damage control. You have to think about the intentions. It's not like, you can't think of it as black and white. Oh, RiceGum paid for it and learned from his mistakes. He didn't pay for it because he was wrong. He paid for it because it was damage control.
You can say damage control, but at the same time, you can go, oh, maybe he feels bad. That's why he's paying for it. And he also apologized for doing it.
Yeah, listen, you can call it damage control all you want, but at the end of the day, if we call every apology damage control, then what's the incentive to actually say sorry or to fix a problem when you do something wrong?
The incentive is damage control. That's what it is. Well, that's what apologies pretty much are usually. Think about it. You know, most apologies are not sincere.
Dude, I don't think it's damage control. I don't think it's damage control because RiceGum's on Twitter calling this girl a bitch and a fucking liar and a big nose. He made a video mocking her. He took his shirt off and like scratched himself and showed how easy it was to have little red marks and was like, look guys, he hit me. He fucking has made videos mocking her of her saying he hit me over and over again. I need to go
hit up Twitter and check these fucking out. That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. RiceGum's not exactly he's not in damage control and he's suing the bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't have called you a bitch, Gabbie.
She is a fucking
He's
bitch.
Suing you.
Don't apologize for calling her a fucking bitch. I call her a cunt.
No, because I don't got beef with her. I don't got beef with her.
I don't got beef with her, but I still think she's a fucking cunt.
I think what she did is wrong. I'm not willing to call her a bitch. I think she's a fucking great entertainer, to be honest. I watched a couple of Gabbie's videos, and they're good. I think she's a good entertainer, but, you know, you got to be honest, and you're wrong in this situation.
Cunt.
Oh.
Hey, listen, this isn't like Miss Miranda, you know, with Lipstick Girl.
Miranda cheats.
All right, anyhow.
Oh, fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the end of the Beta Podcast. We went a little bit longer today. I hope you enjoyed it. We tried to, you know, make this as long as possible. Andy, please, in the next episode, don't give me a tumor. Like, that was horrible.
Sorry, no. Don't give him props. I fucking put it on that tumor as well, mate.
I think both of you should just say in the comments, yeah, we were just trying to troll Keem because that's your only way out of this situation.
I wasn't trying to troll Keem.
What you guys said was completely retarded.
I was agreeing with both parties. I'm a true hero.
And I didn't disagree about the Wall Street Journal. I disagreed.
Guys, make sure you go on Beta on iTunes and give us reviews. We like to read those reviews. We really enjoy it. And leave some comments about your thoughts on the podcast and the topics that we talked about. And guys, we're gonna go. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. Thank you for listening to another episode of Beta. Fuck Twitch. We gotta save YouTube. Hashtag thank you.
It's dead.